Hi, welcome. I'm Priscilla Batzell. This is Expressionist Fluid Art Studio Gallery's demonstrations and tutorials. Let's have some fun. I have an 8 by 10 inch canvas and I want to do some experimenting. I have Center Stage, a Sherwin-Williams Colors to Go sample size, and I'm going to use it as a pillow. I think. Took a while to mix it up, that's why the stick is still in it. I don't know how much I need, and I've done swipes, and I'm going to do a swipe. I've done swipes without pillow paint, but in this case I really want to try it. I'll put that aside. I don't think I need any more than that. So my whole plan is to do foliage, which I don't know how it's going to work, because usually orange does not cooperate with many other colors without turning to an interesting shade of yuck. But I've got Colourarte Colors, I've got a Vivid Intense called Tuscan Gold. I've got Peacock, which is a Prizm Pour. Got Black Raspberry, another Prizm Pour. I threw a little art fluid into this crab apple, which is a primary element that I think I can get to come out. I'd like to be able to use up more of that. I'm going to take a risk and put some triple sec in there, which isn't very different than the Center Stage, but I guess it's light enough so it will make an impact. Maybe. Alright, so I'm down to Pink Carnation, which I don't know exactly why I've decided that this is the red that I want to use, but I've also got Saffron, and that's coming right up. I've seen this color mixed in leaves before. This is a total experiment. This is Orange Crush. And I'm thinking about using a green cell activator, or maybe more likely, although it'll get lost with that Tuscan Gold, copper, Pebeo copper. I could have used more gold. So I'm going to use a variety pack of things, and starting with this makeup applicator that's got a silicone straw glued to it, and then I use a chopstick down the middle. I'm going to start with the green. I'm just going to put some right on my palette. I'm pretty sure it's an Atelier. It's a couple of different colors made up of green. I was going to start at the other end, but I was going to start in the middle is what I meant to say. I'm going to scrape that off because that looks like it might work. Then I might have to rescue this painting afterwards. I'm going to keep wiping off my makeup applicator, because if I don't and paint dries on there, it won't recover. But I'm really liking how that green looks, but it doesn't keep me from wanting to try other colors. So I'm just going to go to the other end. This time I'm going to attempt to put it right on the makeup applicator. Blow it around a little. And if I leave space at the bottom, I can put in something that looks like grass. Not quite as many cells. Still use my residuals over the edge. So far the green is the best. I want all that paint off there. Because I don't think I'm going to hate this. I keep wiping off my tool. It's important to keep wiping off the tool. Like, imperative. and my finger in this case. Okay, so I can try my little acetate tool. I definitely prefer the green. I wanted to try some black, and I've got orange, but the orange seems to be redundant. Just going to drag all that down here. Leave it. The green is great. I should have made a special point of knowing exactly what I made that green up with. But Atelier is a great product for that. Just blowing it around. I may tip. If I don't remember to include the video where I make these acetate tools, just ask me. I'm going to tip that. The black is pretty impressive. I don't want that big drip there. So I'm going to try and make it meld with other things in a moment. So we've got a mountain. I'm going to use a little bit of Decor Americana 24 karat gold in my bottom. And just use the colors that I've got. And I'm imagining that it's going to look like grasses. It seems to want to sell okay. I might have to rough up the edge. And I'm definitely going to have to put in a sky. Thinking maybe I'll use my tweezers to add some texture. I don't know what the black area signifies, but it's still kind of cool. I mean, the cells are great. I'm going to use a straw, if I can find one. There we go. I like how the bottom looks. I think I'm going to turn this around so I can pull it up. I could definitely have had more. What can I use to do that? I must have something. I do. Got a little tiny tool. It's a cake decorating tool. I'm going to go back and forth so I can make it look less uniform, hopefully. Alright, so now all I've got to do is figure out my sky. It's a cute little foliage scene. Definitely looks like foliage to me. I'll be back when I'm going to do the sky, and I'll see you in a minute, or a second, more like. And I'm a little disappointed, I guess. The center stage green did maintain its integrity, but the colors on top of it cracked through. So I want to try something I've always wanted to try. Take some of my yellow-orange mix and some other yellows, like Isadora, which is a primary element. And a little bit of Tuscan Sun too. I think that's probably more than enough. And I'm going to use my wet paper towel to clean up and hope it works. I'm going to go right over the mountain. Do a trial. Wipe off my spatula and use the salvaged paint. I hope it works. I think I need a little more. Got a little black fleck in there. Hopefully my head's not in the way. I thought about using Q-tips. I need to get that all the way down in that edge. I should probably run that across the top. And back as carefully as I can. I don't think it even looks that bad before I cleaned it up. I might put an orange sun in there, but I do want to try this. Make sure it isn't too wet. I do have a Q-tip left. Q-tip for a smaller piece would work, I think. And I might be tempted to just go ahead and find one that's available and try it out anyway. I kind of like this spot over here that's darker yellow. I'm thinking about putting a sun in there. So I should have probably got at the yellow a little faster, maybe. It's important it doesn't take too long. Got some orange crush. And I might as well give myself a sunset. I think if I've got my nail art tools, I'm tempted to go ahead and try. I still think I need to blow it out with a straw. I don't actually mind if it's not perfect. You could have clouds. I never really tried the nail art tool like this. I'm not sure it's a good idea either, but you can always go back in and blow it out again. And it's kind of cute. It's not a complete loss. I do think that I would like to do something with the foreground, and I'm thinking maybe a little bit of, I've got some Rogue Purple. It says it's Vivid Intense, Dioxazine, Phthalo. Oh, it's got a lot of things in it, and I'm not sure my writing is all that it's cracked up to be. But I'm going to try and put a little bit of it. I mean, it's typically a purple. I'm going to try one of my little rubber brushes. You know what I'm actually going to do? Give myself a good dose. Clean off my spatula really quickly, hopefully. I let a little yellow paint dry on there. I didn't mean to. I was going to definitely use the brush since the spatula is in my hand. Maybe I don't need to as much. I think I will anyway. I was scraping back and forth, and I think you need to be more careful than that. I think I need to go up from the bottom. The purple creates the look of a shadow, and I kind of like it. It is what it is. It was a practice run for another painting, and I had the same crazing, well, slightly less on the other larger scape. It's a little more boring than this one, so I haven't decided if I'm going to do anything with it or post it the way it is. But at least this one's done. Although, now that I look at it, I really just want a couple of stripes across the sky. I could have used that pink carnation. That was Tuscan Sun. That's the Orange Crush. I am going to grab, I'm going to wipe off my brush that I started to use and didn't, and grab the larger brush. I just want to make it a little more interesting. And yeah, I might be pulling a little bit of paint off, but it creates a great texture and I love it. It's not perfect, but it wasn't perfect to begin with, so it's a good place to experiment. Should have used a smaller brush. I have smaller brushes. I can do that. And just grab that paint right off there. On the correct side, maybe would be a better idea. There, that's as done as it's going to be, I think. It's not perfect. Matter of fact, the grass is sort of bugging me. Probably shouldn't have left a hard line across the top. Which isn't that impossible to get rid of. Okay, it is what it is. The black made beautiful cells. But it's not the worst painting in the world, so. If you had fun, give me a thumbs up. Hi, this is Priscilla. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you'd like to be super helpful, please join the membership. My art is for sale. I'm here to help. If you have questions, feel free to ask. I have 2 books on paint pouring. They're found in the Amazon link, and the Amazon link is found on the link tree in the description underneath the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you come again. Bye for now. Priscilla out.